We've had ransomware claims. We've had, of course, data breach claims. We've had social engineering claims, the fictitious emails where someone asks you to wire money to an account later to just find out that it's a fake account. I think the biggest concern I would have if I were a practicing CPA today is just making sure that we had cyber coverage in place. I went to a conference recently, and there were quite a few attendees in conference that did not currently have cyber coverage, and that was surprising because there's the conference. The gentleman who was leading the conference actually said there were 93 insurance companies that offer cyber coverage in the market today, so they can't complain about not being able to find someone to buy it from. And it's extremely inexpensive right now to buy. I think it's more valuable as far as transferring risk than possibly fire insurance for most of our firms. We haven't had a CPA firm yet call us up that had just experienced a fire asking us what they should do, and this has been over the 25 years that I've been at CPA Mutual, but we've had a lot call us up about cyber losses. So it's extremely inexpensive. The deductibles are very low. But I think the other advantage that a cyber policy offers is that if you do experience some sort of data breach or ransomware loss or social engineering, the first thing you'll be able to do is call us, call the insurance company. They have professional IT professionals that will come in. They will also, they'll be able to look and see how the breach occurred, so they'll be able to do some forensics to make sure the breach doesn't occur again, or to make sure that the bad guy is actually out of your system and is no more, lurking around in your system. So you get a lot of bang for your buck when you buy cyber policies. I would strongly advise people to buy it. We're not to sound like an advertisement, but I guess in some way this is. But just to give you an example, we only charge $144 per CPA. So if you're a typical CPA firm of 10 and you got 3 CPAs, you do the math. Maybe I should have used 2, but what is that?
Oh, goodness. I'd have to get a calculator.
I need to cut. It's $288 plus another 144. So it's I could do a calculator here. It's terrible when you're old like me.
I'm not. 300 or
it's $432. And if you buy a $250,000 limit, that comes with a 0 deductible. So for $432, no deductible, a $250,000 limit, you're doing yourself a big disservice if you don't buy this coverage. If it's not from us, you need to buy it from someone, preferably us, of course, but I would strongly advise any firm I walked into that didn't have cyber insurance to go out and buy it.
And why do you think it is that some CPA firms don't currently have a cybersecurity policy in place?
That's a good question. I think that could possibly be they believe they're not a target. Maybe they're in some small city somewhere, and they just do tax returns and some other maybe clients. A couple large clients. They possibly believe their IT facilities are secure, that someone can't hack in. But I have to remind them that I remember when we were going through all the hacks that we had a couple of years ago. JP Morgan was hacked, which is a pretty large company. I read, and I don't believe this was a mistake, but I read that they paid over $500 million just to secure their IT platforms, and they were still breached. So I doubt seriously that most CPAs come close to spending $500 million in security of their systems. One of the big 4 was just hacked recently, so it can happen anywhere, anytime. And I think there may be some false sense of security because some of our CPAs are using the cloud now to store their data, but there's still issues with cyber security. You could still fall prey to ransomware. You could still fall prey to social engineering. The cloud provider could be breached. So even if you're saving all your data in the cloud at a cloud provider, I can't recommend enough that someone go out and look at buying the cyber coverage.